needs to roast. Some stranger to you and me.
Ever wonder why you don't sound like your favorite drummers? Let's find out. Hello, my beautiful friends. Gabe here from drumbeatsonline.com, and this is totally normal. But in all seriousness, one of the big reasons that a lot of people don't sound like their favorite drummers is they haven't actually replicated their sound. So I'm talking about tuning and gear. So for example, if some of your favorite drummers have a very specific sound, whether their snare sound is cranked all the way up, but you're trying to play their beat with your snare tuned really low, well, reality is, no matter how perfect you play it, it's just not going to sound like their drums. So it's really important to analyze their tuning, their gear, what cymbals are they playing, what heads do they use, because this can all help you sound more like that favorite drummer. For example, if we take a look at the Blink-182 song Down, where Travis Barker is playing a really awesome groove, he's playing on a popcorn snare drum. Now, if I try to play this part on a bigger, more regular size snare drum, the part just doesn't quite sound right. But all I have to do is simply change to a snare that more reflects the snare of Travis's sound in the first place and play the same thing, and instantly I sound more like that drummer. And like this video, if you dig the Drum of Thrones, and I will tell you my deepest, darkest secret, and that is I've never seen Game of Thrones. But this looks pretty cool though, right? The second reason that you don't sound like your favorite drummers is you haven't replicated their energy. Wait, we're stuck in this again? Okay, hold on, I know what to do. All right, we just gotta, oh shoot, wrong way. Okay, so if you know a drummer's parts note for note, but are playing them at a very, very different dynamic level, we're good there. For example, you're playing way too quiet, your sound is gonna be too small. Kind of like I was just really small. I couldn't get my point across, you couldn't hear me. What you wanna do is match your favorite drummer's dynamic level and ultimately their energy so that you can not only play what they're playing, but play how they're playing. Let me show you an example. So this one is gonna sound a little self-explanatory, but we're gonna have a little bit of a tough love moment. So the third reason that you don't sound like your favorite drummers is you're not actually replicating their drum parts. Let me give you an example. When I was first playing drums, I basically wanted to be Travis Barker. So I would plug in my headphones, blast Blink-182's latest album, and start jamming on the kit. But what was actually happening was the music was so loud that I was hearing Travis's drumming instead of my own. And if I were to actually listen to what I was playing, it would have sounded way different than what the drum parts were actually supposed to be. Now, in reality, I think a lot of us are doing this. I think we get so excited over a new drum part or a new song that we just want to jump in and try to play along. But what we should actually be doing is step away from the kit, listen to the song on its own multiple times, loop certain sections, and really analyze what the drummer is doing before we even try to play it on the kit. Once you can fully have a clear understanding of exactly what that drummer is doing note for note, that is when you can enter into the brain of that drummer and then try to get behind the kit and try to replicate that part. But remember, don't always try to play along to the music. Slow it down, try to play along to the metronome, film yourself so you can actually listen back to hear if you are sounding like that drummer or not. So these tips will really help you sound more like your favorite drummers, which is really helpful if you are trying to nail a drum cover. And overall, it just helps expand your horizons as a drummer. It helps you get more nuanced with your sound with your playing, and it helps you get into the mind of your favorite drummers who have done such a good job creating their own sound on the drum set. But what about your signature sound? I think it would be a mistake to just stop at mimicking your favorite drummer sounds, because I believe that we all have something unique and creative to add to this amazing drumming community. Okay, but how do we actually do this practically? Well, the first thing I would recommend is start working on creating your own drum parts. A huge part of your signature sound is how you actually develop your parts. So I actually have a drumless track that you can download right up here, and what I want you to do is play along to that and create your own parts. Now you don't have any of the bias of hearing someone else's drum part and you're trying to play that. This is strictly creative. This is strictly you. This is helping you develop your own sound and your creativity on the drum set. The second thing I want you to do is start experimenting with your actual sounds of your drums. So often we just tune our drums once every 6 months and just leave it that way. But depending on what you have, you can tune your drums in new ways, crank your snare all the way up, or tune it all the way down. You can do that with all of your drums. If you have any broken cymbals or extra pieces that you can throw in and out of your kit, do it. Make a Frankenstein kit and leave it up like that for a week. I guarantee you this will change the way that you play, and you can even do the opposite. You can tear it all down, just do kick, snare, hi-hat. Just try and experiment with new things, and you never know, some of those things may end up sticking as a part of your actual drum set and a part of your actual sound. And trust me, over time, these things will all converge together to create your own signature sound, because I think we are all products of our influences, but we also need to have a firm grip on what we offer and what makes us unique as well. And when those two things combine, that is when you will get your signature sound.
Now, if you're anything like I was, the thought going through your head right now is, I could never have my own signature sound. And even more than that, I'll never be able to sound exactly like my favorite drummers. Well, good. Because you know what's even better than sounding like your favorite drummers? Sounding like yourself. Trust me, I've wasted way too much of my life trying to be like other people, let alone other drummers. And if anything, it's only held me back from being my authentic, unique self. Think about it. Isn't one of the reasons that you're a drummer in the first place to be able to express yourself in your own unique way? To have a safe space where you can go to better yourself each and every day? Ultimately, this continues to lead to more and more self-discovery. So why try to fit into someone else's box? Of course, it's amazing to be inspired and guided by other drummers who are further along their journey. There's so much we can learn from them. All of these inspirations will help you determine what you're drawn to and ultimately help shape your sound. But remember, there's a line between inspiration and replication. Remember, you are the hero of your story, and your drumming journey will be unlike anyone else's. And that's a good thing. As you continue to grow in your drumming journey, you will continue to have more and more unique things to offer this drum community and potentially the world. And one of those things will be your own unique sound. And that's why I created DBO Academy, to help you make fast progress on the drums centered around your own drumming path, so you can feel confident on the kit without the overwhelm, confusion, and drumming ruts that most drummers experience. You can click right here to join the DBO Academy waitlist. I cannot wait to guide you through your drumming journey. Remember, stay true to who you are and what makes you and your drumming unique. The rest will follow.